Smell me like a Hellcat.
Anime fans, One Piece fans, what's good? The answer to that question, of course, is One Piece. One Piece is what's good. If you're wondering why I'm in a different room and I don't have the usual microphone set up, it's because the room I usually record in is occupied right now, and the room I'm in right now is not a microphone setup friendly room. So, with that out of the way, let's get into this video. Why is Blackbeard's bounty so low? Blackbeard's bounty is 2.2 billion belly, and that's an impressive amount, but we all guess the Uncle bounties to be 3 billion at the least, or most of us anyway. The most popular range was 5 billion to 3 billion. But Blackbeard's bounty was 2.2 billion. And so a lot of us were like, oh, the Uncle bounties they're less than we thought. The Uncle bounties aren't that high. But I actually do think the Uncle bounties are in the 3 billions and 4 billions. I would guess something like Kaido is in the 4 billions, maybe Shanks. Big Mom would be in the late 3 billions. But that's just me. I don't know what you guys' guesses are, but I do think Blackbeard's bounty is significantly lower than the other Yonko. But not because he is weak. Let me tell you why. So Blackbeard. We saw what Blackbeard did at Marineford, and he had no bounty beforehand, so he suddenly just became a giant threat. I think after that battle, he probably would have gotten an impressive bounty of something like 800 million, because even though he defeated Whitebeard, it was a wounded and half-dead Whitebeard. So I don't think that they would give him I don't think they'd give him that high bounty right off the bat, especially because he was an unknown factor. He was a surprise, but they didn't know enough about him. And of course, he did have that strong crew. So if some of his crew's bounty was already like 900 million or something, maybe he could get a bounty of like 1.2 billion or something. So what next did Blackbeard do to deserve a bounty? This is the key part of this whole thing, of this whole video. He defeated Marco the Phoenix and the remnants of the Whitebeard pirates. That would not get him a Yonko bounty. Let me explain why. The Whitebeard pirates, led by Marco, were in Whitebeard's territory. Blackbeard came and he stole it from them. But he defeated them, which would get him a bounty. But Marco's bounty isn't a Yonko level bounty, most likely. I guess his bounty is something like 1.5, 1.6 billion. Maybe because it's on Whitebeard's crew, maybe even something like 1.7 billion belly. And a bounty like that is pretty impressive, right? But it's not Yonko level. So Marco is the strongest person Blackbeard has beaten who's not like half dead. Marco's the strongest person he's defeated fairly in 1v1, or maybe it wasn't 1v1, but still. That's the strongest person Blackbeard has defeated fairly, who was at full health. That we know of anyway, because he defeated Shanks, but Shanks was younger, so Shanks was probably something only like, Shanks was probably only something like second hand or third hand level at the time he was defeated by Blackbeard. But still, Marco appears to be the strongest the strongest person that Blackbeard has defeated that we know of. So that means that Blackbeard's bounty would be relative to Marco's and a little bit more for his endangerment to the world government. And I think that would put him at 2 billion, 2.2 billion, because if Marco's bounty is like 1.6 billion, and he gets like a 1.8 billion belly bounty for defeating Marco, or even a 2 billion bounty for defeating Marco, and then gets an extra 400 million or 200 million for being a threat to the world government, that puts his bounty at 2.2 billion, because he hasn't defeated anyone Yonko level, or done anything deserving of getting a higher bounty. Even though the world government suspects he's that strong, which I believe he is, that does not mean that they can give him a bounty off of their suspects. Because, as I said, Blackbeard hasn't done anything deserving of a higher bounty. Because even though Blackbeard is a big danger to the world government, 2.2 billion, I think that signifies a danger to the world government, am I right? I don't think they need to give him $1 billion for danger to the world government, because his bounty already covers that. And, as I said multiple times, Marco is the strongest person he's defeated. Thus, his bounty will be a little bit higher to Marco's and relative to Marco's, with add-ons for things like being a danger to the world government and having a really strong crew. Like getting EIICHIRO on his crew. Even though we don't know if Aokiji's an associate or on his crew. But you get the point. That is why Blackbeard's bounty is so low compared to the other Yonkos. Or, we don't know the other Yonkos' bounties, obviously, but it's lower compared to what we assume the other Yonko bounties to be, which I believe are like 3.5 billion, 4 billion. That's why, because he hasn't defeated anyone Yonko level or done a Yonko level feat yet. So, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, and only if you enjoy my content, like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more One Piece content. I will see you in the next video.